Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pouring Takes with Charlie and Rayya. Take it away, Charlie.
Hey everyone, welcome to Pouring Takes podcast. We're here at Underdog Restaurant and Sports Club. I'm Charlie Van, and joined in virtually my co-host Rayya. Rayya, how are you?
Good to be back. I told them earlier, I feel like I'm on ESPN. I'm like Shams, like coming in with a bomb. Like, okay, maybe that's not the way to put it.
News.
Yeah, maybe.
There we go. Clearly,
we
my
love
glass
having
of wine,
you.
I'm like,
she's
done.
already. Why not?
Yeah, she already has a drink. She's
Why
good.
not?
Also,
Why not?
joining us, he's been an ongoing special co-host here, Mr. Brandon Kerr.
How's it going?
Welcome.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you,
Yeah.
Rayya, for having me on again.
Always. And our producer, Tanner.
Hi, everyone. Cheers.
Yeah.
It's good to all
Shout
be
out
back.
Producer
Cheers.
Tanner
Cheers.
for making this setup happen.
So, Rayya, you're drinking wine.
Yes, a Sauvignon Blanc
Oh,
from
there you
Oyster
go.
Bay, which is from New Zealand.
Very
Nice.
Fancy.
So, what is that like?
It's like a dry but fruity wine.
Okay.
And it's like
All right.
perfect for the summer because it's not gonna like overheat you internally. I mean, this would be perfect like by the pool or like sitting in a outdoor patio, just hanging out,
It's
talking
good for
shit.
hydration.
I think you're
good.
confusing
Good.
those with my vodka sodas.
There you go. Well, we
Exactly.
are about to get into hot weather here in Texas. You're in Houston. So,
Yeah,
how's
it's
it?
gross. It's so gross here, you guys. So we're not getting the rain that y'all are getting, but you walk outside for like 5 to 10 minutes and you're covered in sweat. It's so humid.
Ugh.
Gross.
Well, speaking of
gross.
Houston, drinking summer Pilsner from your backyard right there from St. Arnold's.
Nice.
What are you guys drinking, Brandon?
I'm drinking water.
He's
right
staying
now.
hydrated.
Yeah, I'm staying hydrated.
I'm having an athletic after dawn or golden dawn. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it's called, but it sure is tasty.
It is good.
Yeah.
Tastes just like beer.
I'm not sure I had any water all weekend, so I really need to do that.
Champion.
I know.
What did you do this weekend that made you not drink water?
I didn't do anything crazy exciting. Stars game on Saturday.
Nice.
You know, went out to a movie with my parents yesterday at Alamo, but they have beer. So
Yeah.
I just had beer. We went to Vector after that. More beer.
Oh, the kid bar.
So I didn't get like crazy. I just didn't have water.
Yep.
I
Well,
drink
you're-
light
my
beer.
mind.
73% made of it,
Yeah.
apparently. That's what science says.
Yeah, so it just slipped my mind.
Drinking Pilsner is basically like drinking water.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking towards the end.
There you
Like,
go.
Yesterday around 5, I was like, I'll just take that that bullpen you have that's 4.2.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, this
Oh,
is good. I
but-
like this.
But
This
I
is
did
working out.
have an interesting story about Vector.
All right.
Walked in
Yeah,
with
tell
my
us.
parents, trying to show them some breweries around town. I like that kind of stuff. Really crowded for a Sunday. I'm like, what's going on? It shouldn't be this crowded. And then there's a sign where it's like, oh, there's a performer today. A guy named Toki, who is the Japanese Elvis.
Nice.
So
Whoa.
an Elvis impersonator, a Japanese Elvis impersonator who had a following, like
Nice.
literally
Aw,
merch.
dude.
Like people were dressed up, like wearing like doo-wop dresses, like from the 50s, and
That's
all the people were in there.
That's pretty cool.
amazing.
It was so. My dad had like the time of his life. Like
Man.
he was so happy.
You guys are all shook up.
Yeah, like to the point where he's like,
Drink.
I want to get a picture with him. So I was like, that's awesome. Like, my dad was so happy he had a good time. So, Japanese Elvis impersonator yesterday.
Nice.
nice.
Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
so cool.
Never go old with the Elvis impersonators.
I dig it.
Tanner, you had
dude.
a weekend of jamming out. Saw you Friday night. You guys rocked it.
Dude, Friday night was a great show. Saturday night was a great show. I wish I didn't have to play them back to back.
Yeah.
Was it Bear Claw?
Yeah, double
Bear
bear.
Claw?
Bear
or
Claw.
Bear Child?
Bear
Bear
Child.
Child.
Bear child.
Double Bear.
Double Bear Child.
Yeah, we played on Friday night over at Harwood Arms, which is just the most scenic concert in
We
town.
went to one of your shows there. It was interesting.
That's right. Lots to look at over there.
I've aged out of that place, I think.
I think
No,
I've
I'm getting
aged out of that
close.
place.
There was some
And I'm
hot
the
dogs.
I'm
youngest.
getting pretty close.
Yeah, no, I looked around. I'm like, yeah, I've definitely aged out.
There was a bunch of hot moms because it's graduation weekend.
Oh, that's
They're
right.
still younger than me.
Oh,
yeah.
that'll do
Yeah.
it.
It was a good time. Had a
bet.
great
It
was
time.
fun.
Then we played in Fort Worth on Saturday night.
Oh, that was the Sherlock show, right?
Flying Saucer.
Flying Saucer.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah,
I
same
forgot that they still have a flying saucer up there.
They
Yeah, it's
do.
the old Ados.
Yeah. I think
It's
there's one
dope.
over by Rowlett, Lake
Yeah,
Ray
on the
Harbor
lake.
still. I've been in that
Yeah, I've seen
Thing. Yeah,
that.
that's kind of my hood. So I go to that one semi-regularly.
Nice.
You guys are going to have to help me pick a new neighborhood. I have to move in July. So when I
Nice.
get back, I'm going to need some input on where Rayya should live next.
one. You
Come
know
to
what
East
my
Dallas.
input.
I
Where
know
the
Charlie
party always
immediately,
goes.
like, I told
Not
Charlie like 2
Richardson.
days ago that my lease is up soon. And he goes, so the village? And I was like, no, Charlie, just no.
Village is pretty fun.
It
I mean,
is.
That's the
got a
area
cool
I would
pool.
recommend.
You guys,
It's
I'm not
close.
25 anymore. I know I look great, and
Not-
I
I'm
know
not
I'm the baby
either.
of the group, but like, I want more space. Romo needs a backyard, you guys.
Hey, come to my hood, man. There's
Yeah,
tons
I
of
want to go
stuff
to
for
your
sale.
hood. I am like really obsessed with your neighborhood. Let's
I'm
be
a
real.
big fan of Old East Dallas.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Old East Dallas. Like,
Lakewood's
it's so
nice,
much
too.
fun. Yeah.
You can do it.
Well.
I got faith in you.
We're
All right, let's
gonna-
get
we're
down.
gonna
Wait,
talk all that through later.
before
What?
we get down to business. Hi, Internet. Are
Plug.
you looking for a small grassroots program to expound the virtues of your product or website or service, or just have something you want to talk about? Come on to Pouring Takes. You can hit us up, admin@pouringtakes.com. Hit us up. Talk to me. We're reasonable. We're fun guys. Come on.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on.
All right.
You know, I'd wear cute shirts and stuff. I drink. I eat. I do all the swaggy things.
Yeah.
We
True.
do love some swag.
I have King Griffey Jr. on my hat today, which is awesome.
I have a fish hook because I'm
What
a
does your
known
shirt
fisherman.
say?
Doesn't say anything. That's why I got
No,
it.
your T-shirt. What does your T-shirt say?
Oh, T-shirt, still tipping,
There you go.
Like tipping cows?
Like
No.
customer service? Or
like tipping on fofos.
Oh, okay.
You're in Houston. You should know what that
Oh,
means.
God.
So sorry. My Canadian just took over.
Slow, loud, and banging.
There you go.
I'm a slab
goodness.
Olympian.
That's why you host Throwback
That's right.
Karaoke.
Yeah.
Play all
That's
the lowrider
right.
jams.
That's his jam.
Yep. Every Wednesday.
Every
right
Wednesday.
here, Underdog.
Tanner, I'm coming.
Yes.
I am coming either next Wednesday or the Wednesday after. I owe you a million songs. I have to sing for you.
That's right.
A million, though.
A
I
million's
love
a
when
lot.
people
We're
tell me
going to
that.
be here for a month, but a million.
More than that. I think
More than a
million-
million, yeah.
I think a million's like a
Yours
year.
could
No.
be the Spotify of karaoke songs, just singing.
So, like, deadass, I've been hanging out with my family a lot, and my grandparents are here too. And my grandparents are like, what do you like to do for fun, like, outside of your podcast and stuff? And I was like, well, I really like karaokeing, and I don't do it enough, but I have this amazing, like, one-time memory that was, like, totally unforgettable, right? And it actually happened a year ago to the day. So I went to karaoke at Harwood Tavern, which is mine and Charlie's favorite spot. And that night, they were playing against Vegas in the Western Conference semis. It was Game 6 as well, I
It
think.
was Colorado Avalanche.
Oh, it was Colorado. They
Yeah.
played Vegas first, then Colorado. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, I drank a lot that night. Let's be real.
I have photos.
So
Yeah.
he really does. He has photos and videos. So they start karaoke as the game is still going. So they cut the sound off and they do karaoke. And I was probably like the fourth or fifth person to go that night. And overtime had just started. And the song I had chosen was Taylor Swift's 22. And mind you, this is like peak her being on the Eras tour, friendship bracelets. Like I had Dallas Stars themed Taylor Swift friendship bracelets on.
Yeah, you did.
I had so many. And
Did you have a
so I'm
T
singing
necklace around your leg?
around my leg. No, she did that later. That was when that was those are the Grammys, right?
Yeah, I thought.
Or whatever. There was in a music award show she did that for.
For sure.
So anyway, I'm singing 22, and you know the line is, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
You know that line, Brandon?
I listen every day to Taylor Swift.
I remember what it felt like to be 22.
So as I'm singing the chorus of this song, they score the game winner in overtime to win the series. So I'm saying, hey, Angel. So I'm saying, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling like the Western Conference Finals. And the entire bar erupts in excitement. And it just was like one of the most crazy moments of my life. Like,
That's
and
awesome.
I got more bracelets from that. That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was a
So I
fun
need-
night.
It's a core
I need that
memory
energy
right
in my
there.
life. Totally.
Go hang out with my wife. We had a basically all female Super Bowl party and made friendship bracelets. And watched the Super Bowl. It was great.
I love that. I tried to make friendship bracelets on my own, and I couldn't do it, so my friends did it for me.
Oh,
We need some pouring takes friendship bracelets.
Yeah, man.
We should.
Handmade. All right. Don't we have some sports to talk
Well,
about?
Talking about
Yeah,
the
I was
Stars.
hoping that would lead in. Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Fast forward here in
1 year later.
2020. 1 year later. Wasn't the Avalanche. They were in the first round. But, man, cheers to the Dallas Stars advancing again for the third year in a row, the Western Conference Finals. Defeating Winnipeg Saturday night. Huge Game 6. You called it. Brandon, you said Game 6.
I did.
Rayya, I think you said Game 6, right? I think
I
I said
actually-
Game 7.
I didn't make a pick.
Okay, I thought.
I was so anxious about playing Winnipeg and specifically Halibuck. I really thought it was going to go 7, and having to win over there in a Game 7, even though Pete DeBoer is perfect in Game 7s, I was nervous. I was very, very nervous.
It's not easy to win in Canada.
No, a Game 7 would have been bad.
Yeah,
I
we had to
would
win.
not have felt confident.
Yeah, not at all. But man, what a game. First up, I'll go Rayya. Thoughts, takeaways. How did you feel about this win?
Okay, so I felt like they did a great job of being so resilient. I mean, you have to play against a team whose top player just lost his father. Everybody on that side of the ice is insanely emotional. You yourself are feeling, all those feelings, because if you don't, you're not human, right? So that's one level to it. And then, having to force an overtime in a game where the refs didn't call like any penalties. Like,
Nothing.
they really let them ride. They said, y'all are going to decide these for yourselves. We're not going to get involved. And I kind of loved that, honestly.
Come on, NFL, take notes.
Right? Don't let the game be decided on a penalty, which is kind of awkward seeing what happened. But I got nervous because I felt like we weren't playing aggressive enough. I didn't feel like we wanted it enough in those first 2 periods. We weren't hitting as much as Winnipeg was, and we weren't taking as many shots as we should have been taking. We did have a lot of opportunities where we would have these long possessions in their zone, but nothing would really come of it. So going into that third period, I was on pins and needles, and I was watching the game with my parents, who really could care less about hockey, and they were invested. My dad was just like on the edge of his
That's
seat.
cool.
My mom was like, "Oh my God, when are they going to start fighting each other?" Like, there was a whole thing in the Nagy family house. It was great. And then, seeing them, getting that breakaway at the end of the third period, which ultimately turned into that penalty, which set up Thomas Harley for the most beautiful shot I have ever seen in my entire life. Have y'all seen the videos on TikTok where they put
That
the
was
Titanic
phenomenal.
song in the background? Like, it's perfection. And you think of a guy like Thomas Harley, who literally came into this season as essentially an unknown. Like, we all knew how special he was. And then he made the League of Nations, the Four Nations team on a technicality with somebody else being injured. And so now the world truly gets to see how special this guy is, and he's clearly had an amazing breakout season.
Yeah, that was a spectacular play. Just keep rewatching it over and over because there's like a slight delay, like it just in the motion of play, and then boom, out of nowhere, and that energy, and oh man, it was ecstatic. Brandon, thoughts?
Yeah, I think it was edge of your seat, right? Which that's how hockey is. Split second, it could be over, right? You could be playing fantastic, and then all of a sudden, 1 second later, you lost. And that shot by Harley was fantastic. Just a sniper shot right to the perfect spot. But overall, I think it was a game of two top-notch goaltenders really battling to say who's better, right? The chance of Otter is better rang out every time we had a home game. And, you know, the fan base is obviously going to support their guy. But I think over 6 games, you saw Hellebuck, while he's great, has some leaks, especially on the road, where Otter did not have that. And this game was pure just standing on their head for both of them. And I think this Otter deserved to get that win because that's where the finger should be pointed, as you gave us that win. Because the offense, and I'm not blaming the offense because I think we forgot when we were up 3-1 that Winnipeg's a really good team. And it's not just Hellebuck. It's, you know, their defense will swarm, and you saw that where Rayya was saying we didn't play aggressive. I think it was more Winnipeg made us look like we weren't playing aggressive, right? Where the shots just weren't there. And Winnipeg's really good, so that's a feather in their cap to get past them. Now it's a gauntlet because Edmonton's not going to be any easier. So, yeah, that's my thoughts on well-deserved win, but can't let up now.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, going back to Oettinger, I mean, he's been the story this far in the playoffs. I mean, even in Game 5, yeah, that didn't go our way. I think part of it is we made him overly work. Yeah. But, man, he had some good saves in that. He had some great saves Saturday. I think just the confidence gets more and more with him. But I will give another take is we were down 1-0, and I thought, they never lost their composure. They never lost their belief. Where I would say a year ago, I wouldn't be too sure.
They know how good they are.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Definitely.
1-0 is not a
not a
death
mountain.
knell, right?
You should say 1-0 at home because they did play 2 awful games on the road. They were shut out twice.
Yeah.
And that definitely, going from a shutout to this Game 6 was definitely nerve-wracking. I say that as I'm like holding a bottle of wine.
Well, I mean, they were like being just down a score, like just with them scoring first blood, you should say. Like it was kind of like Game 7. It's like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
And especially at home, but it didn't deter them. And that's what I see is a little bit different from this team than last year, where how are you going to overcome that adversity mentally? Because we're known to be a momentum team. We're known to start off strong and hold that.
Yes.
But how do you answer back? Where last year that wasn't so easy. Here, they did it.
Yeah.
Well,
hopefully
here we are.
Here. Yeah.
I was going to say, here we are in the exact same position as we were last year against the same team in the Western Conference Finals, but this team is completely different. Like,
Exactly.
completely.
100%.
Yeah, and Brandon, you meant it. This is another gauntlet. Edmonton wants it. They had a taste of it last year, come up short. They're such a talented team. Obviously, Connor McDavid, when you think of some of the GOATs in this sport, and especially right now, his name is there. However, like Rayya said, this is a different team. We are so confident. We also have a guy like Mikko who's been there, who has more experience than that guy over there, that knows what it takes to win. And I feel like, too, our defense has come a long way as well. There's still some things they can improve on.
Having Miro back.
Having Miro.
So
Oh, my God,
noticeable.
In an
Did
hour
y'all
full
see-
series.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that one play in Game 6 where he literally just took the puck himself from
Yeah.
side to side. Like he just went. He cut up the defense and took a shot. And I was like, this man had a knee injury. He literally just came back from a knee injury, and you would not know with the way he's skating. Like,
Yeah, he's
getting him back
a
was
difference
such a
maker.
Oh wow!
I'll say
Like, I'm
another
so
element.
happy.
Another element is, again, we have home ice advantage, but this time we've been pretty dominant at home, and that's that confidence. So I think that's huge too, having that energy come. Because if you know you have to go to a game 7, it's coming back here.
Yeah.
And that's a good
Let
thing.
me ask y'all a question. Now, we, all three of us, about a month ago, were very down on this team.
Mm-hmm.
We were all very nervous going into that playoff series against Colorado. What do you think changed in the mindset of these men / coach to get them to this point? What was the X factor?
I'll let you go first, Brandon.
Ooh, good question. I think they were exhausted at that point in the season. They had a really tough schedule because they did go to Finland for a couple of weeks to play some games. The Four Nations tournament really scrunched their schedule to where they were almost playing every other day for a month, right? I don't know the exact number on that, but I know they were tired. So they may have mentally taken some time off when they realized they weren't going to catch Winnipeg. I do think, had they won that last game against Winnipeg in the regular season, things might have been different. But once they lost that, I think it was let's just play this out, get to the playoffs, and kind of start fresh there. Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
I'll say this. I agree with that, but there's just one thing to factor in. Playoffs are a clean slate, and there's just teams that find a way to rise to the occasion, and we're becoming one of those teams that you don't want to face in the playoffs. And I think the experience factor, especially Mika, that really helped put this team on his back when they needed. Having that guy, that's his home. That's his comfort zone. Like I've been there, especially against his old team. There's some anger there. There's some frustration. And I think they just took that momentum, as I mentioned a second ago, and they just rolled with it here with Winnipeg.
And I think it helps that Otter's getting a reputation of playing his best in crunch time games. So the further a series goes, the better he plays. And that's not just this year. That's his reputation for his career. And that's a skill set I think 30 other or 29 other teams would like to have in their goalie.
Yeah, I'm going to just echo what Charlie said about Mikko. I think that time between when he was traded to us and the playoffs began, he was I'm not going to say he was holding back, but you're getting to know your new teammates. You're trying to understand what line you're playing on. You're trying to get that chemistry right. And yes, he did have chemistry with all the Finnish players. I mean, how could you not? They're the Finnish mafia. But I think that definitely played into how they played towards the end of the season, just getting him comfortable in the system, getting him comfortable with teammates. And then for him to take all of that, okay, here's what I've learned. Now we got to play against my former team. I want revenge because they did not want to keep me long term. I think that all flowed very smoothly. And I'm going to say the thing that Charlie is going to yell at me for because I'm very anti this person. But I think getting Tyler Seguin plays a role, getting him back in the lineup, getting him on skates, getting him in games. He's been to a cup before too. He knows what it takes. He can serve as that veteran leader now that he's matured so much. And he's gotten to watch these games from the sidelines. He's been able to pick up what his teammates are doing right and wrong. And I think bringing him back into the fold has really helped this team, surprisingly. So, Tyler Seguin, owe you tons of apologies.
Hey, you
Great
need your
job.
veterans like that to really step up, which is what we've been needing. And I think, once again, this is experience factor. I think having a guy like you mentioned, the Finnish, like Granlund, too, a lot of it just experience in the league helps as well. But one guy I have to give a lot of credit to that I was little down on going in just because of the skid that they had. The knock has been making those adjustments before, has been Pete DeBoer, and this team made those adjustments. They never let a loss define them and set them back. And even within the games, which we saw with that Game 7 against Colorado, they made the adjustments and were the aggressor and took advantage. And we just saw that again with overtime on Saturday. So congrats, Pete DeBoer. And I think this is his 6th or 7th conference final.
Yeah, it's like 7 out of 9 or something
7
like
out
that.
of 9,
so that's his story, though, is can he get past this? So he's proven he can get here.
Yeah.
Now it's time for him to take that next step. So even if he doesn't, I would be a little worried, right? If we flame out in this round, DeBoer could be in trouble because once you hit a ceiling and you can't realize, if you realize you can't get past that ceiling, it's tough.
Yeah, Charlie and I have definitely talked about that numerous times, that it's cup or bust for DeBoer. No excuses, play like a champion. He earned a lot of my trust back during that Colorado series because I was nervous. Like I said, going into that series, we weren't winning games.
Yep.
Nobody seemed to be in sync with each other. But somehow he was able to turn it around. And for whatever reason, midway through that Jets series, there was a certain calm, with how we were playing. And so I'm really hoping, the rematch with the team from last year, it's very poetic. It's a great story. It's a great setup. And I hope he can get us across the finish line.
I will say one thing to be on the watch out for, and this was frustrating and more so in this series, is the dumb penalties that we'd see from Marshman. I love Marshman and our captain, Jamie Penn.
The two players I love most.
Jamie has to calm down.
Yeah.
I don't want him to calm down. I love that about him.
I just want him to have the right level, but just don't get penalized.
Yeah, he needs to temper it at the right time.
You guys, there is a delicate balance. Again, as I say, as I'm holding wine, there's a delicate balance of when you shake it to get that momentum. And I'm not making a Mormon reference, but you guys know what I'm trying to say here.
Is shaking it a Mormon reference?
Yes.
I thought that was a Taylor Swift reference.
No, that's shake it off.
I thought that was a rock reference.
You guys, I will explain it later. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is sometimes as the captain, you have to do these dirty, awful things to light a fire under your teammate's ass to get moving. Think about it. Think about special teams in football. On a kick return, when you have that massive tackle, that big stop, and you're like, it's special teams. Why the hell are you hitting so hard? That next possession, the offense comes out with more fire and excitement. And that's the kind of energy that Jamie Benn brings to the table. So I'm okay with him doing dumb shit. Now, Mason Marchment, he's pretty. He should not be doing those things.
See, there you go. There you have it.
That's our true feelings right there. No, I agree that Jamie has to, do that craziness sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But I think I still have a little memory of how he lost his mind against Vegas 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And really cost us that series, right? So he needs to
I have
stay
a whole
below
argument for why he did not cost us that series.
Okay. But
do you remember how we were playing that series?
Yeah, no
the
defense.
The first time we played Vegas?
No defense.
That team was slow and
Okay.
pathetic. And it took Jamie Benn putting a guy in a choke to wake them up.
I will take your
how
word for
far
it.
do you have to be pushed?
Because I don't really remember.
Also, I
watched
think
it,
the
but I don't
Knights
really
just
remember.
knowing DeBoer so well, and that was the lack of adjustments then that was the knock.
Yeah.
So
and again,
Agreed.
I've slept since that series,
Yeah.
so I don't really remember. But I did watch that series, and I was upset at Jamie. But you're right; they may have won that. The Knights might have won that anyway without that penalty.
They were definitely
It
going
was
to win no
their
matter
year.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can I say? Jamie Benn has been my favorite Dallas Star for over a decade. I have a core memory with the man, and it was before I even knew who he was. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm biased or whatever, but I do pay attention to the little details and the nuances that come with him being the captain. And I think he's one of the best captains in the league. He may not be a top goal scorer. He's not a top hitter, but he's a great motivator, and it's like a weird secret weapon. it's the silent leader thing. And then when he has to make a move, he makes a big fucking move, and that's why I love him.
Well, I think he's definitely replaced where Pavelski left off from the experience and the mentor, which is what we need. It's a very young team, so having your Obi-Wan in there, who, by the way, has been to a cup, so, and if you look around the league, you just hear people want him to get a cup. They realize they may not be Stars fans,
no,
but he's a guy in the league. And if you watched, it was great watching Pete DeBoer shake hands with Winnipeg. And they're like, go get a cup. And I think it's also because some of the talent they have on this team, especially Ben. Ben's a guy.
Yeah.
He's been in the league since 2009. I remember his rookie season, and he just has that aura and that leadership, as you said, Rayya. And it's time. It is time.
And he's a lifer. Like, he's going to be a Dallas Star for his entire career. They're not getting rid of him. They've had many opportunities to trade him or not even re-sign him, and they choose him every time. He is ours forever.
He'll be in that front office.
Yeah.
I love just the fact traded to the Lakers.
That other teams
it's a different vibe, Tanner.
Don't want to mess with him either. Like, nobody wants to fight Jamie Benn.
No.
Jamie Benn has that toughness that they may get in a fight with Jamie Benn, but they don't want to.
I didn't realize he have sleeve tattoos because you rarely see him without a suit on or a jersey, but that's badass.
Yeah.
Do you now understand why, like, 25-year-old me was very attracted to this man? I saw him at a nightclub, and he was so freaking awkward. Like, I didn't recognize him as Jamie Benn because of how awkward he was. And also the tattoos and stuff threw me off. I remember talking to him that night, and he was just so quiet. And I wasn't, like, hitting on him, I swear. But, like, I should have. But I didn't.
Yeah.
All I remember is he knew every word to Nelly's Ride With Me. And that warmed my heart.
Right?
As you should.
Hey.
Instant plus 10 charisma.
He's been a great guy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my captain.
All right, we got any final thoughts on Stars playoffs?
Let's make a pick right now.
Let's go. Rayya.
Let's go. I think this is going to go 7. I think this is going to be the greatest story ever told in terms of getting our revenge, gutting out a series. Edmonton is not a cakewalk. They're just not. They've been here before. They have 2 of the top players in the league between Connor and Leon Draisaitl. Like, it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. Stars in 7.
Same here, Stars in 7, and I think that's going to be a pretty popular pick. Whoever wins this series, it's going to be scrappy. I think this team's a lot better than what Oilers fought, but I think also all Oilers have that we won it, we came up short. It's gonna be a war, championship fight.
Yep. And I am in agreement with y'all.
All right.
Stars in 7. I think this team, the Oilers, will play a lot more like Colorado did because of their superstars. They're going to play fast. They're going to play more finesse than the heavy-hitting Winnipeg. But also, they're not surprised to be here. And I think Winnipeg might have been surprised that they were as good as they were. Where Edmonton making the finals last year, they know they belong. Same with the Stars. Both of these teams understand they're good, and they understand they deserve to be here. So that's a different animal.
Well, Stars are minus, I believe, 125 for Wednesday night for Game 1 here at home.
Pick 'em.
So, oh, by the way, we said 7, 777, Rayya?
No.
There we go.
77,
777.
Luka Doncic.
I know.
Yeah.
I know Luka.
Stars in 5. You guys are lame.
5.
Tanner, there you go. We need it.
Right, come on.
Do you know who Connor McDavid is?
God, I don't give a damn. Isn't the guy with the dealerships out on the highway? Come on.
Yeah.
That's David McDavid.
Oh,
That's
my
funny,
bad.
though.
I mean, it's close.
Good one.
Although-
Good one.
Thanks.
Before we move out of hockey, give me your quick take for the Eastern Conference Finals between Carolina and Florida.
Well, one, happy for Logan Stankoven getting to be in the Eastern Conference. So that worked out well for him. Sad to see him over there.
I think it was a good trade for all teams.
I like
Except
Carolina, but
Colorado.
I'm going
Definitely.
Florida. I think Florida's got that experience factor. I think it's going to be a great matchup, but I think Florida, they have one of the best goalies, and Rashawn is awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Carolina, actually,
Nice.
because I think we're going to see a Miko versus both of his old teams on this run.
That's a story.
And that's a story. Logan, and I want to face the team with the not as good goaltender.
Yeah, Bobrovsky knows how to turn it on in the playoffs. He's
Yeah.
like subpar in the regular season, but when the playoffs hit, he's a whole different animal. I'm going to go with Brandon here. I'm also rolling with Carolina. Florida just plays so effing dirty. Like, karma's a bitch. Y'all are about to go down because you're assholes. Like, literally, they traded for that guy from Boston who sucks. Like, he's a horrible human. Like, I cannot support Florida.
So you're hoping that
Let's
Carolina
go.
rocks you like a hurricane.
Yeah, something like that.
Panthers is an awful nickname for a hockey team, right? Like, it's a good football nickname, but bad hockey.
No
I
matter
can't
the
imagine
result,
a very adept Panther on ice.
there
That'd
you
be
go.
really funny. Really funny.
Well, I think the one thing is for sure they have stole the Lightning's thunder there.
But
in Florida.
Drink.
I like how hard you worked for that.
Yeah.
I will say, Rayya, and you heard this because we had Luke, baby Luke, on the show, and who did he say in the beginning of the season was his two pick? Not overlooking Edmonton, but what was his matchup?
What do you want?
Didn't he have the
Carolina
Blues in there?
and St. Louis?
No, nobody had Carolina. He had a Stars versus Florida Stanley
Oh,
Cup.
oh.
So we'll
Oh,
see.
okay.
Mark that.
Also, his name is Handsome Luke, not
Handsome.
Baby Luke. Don't
Baby
do my
Luke.
man dirty like that. Don't do my man dirty
Handsome
like that.
Luke. There you go. He's actually in
Handsome
St.
Luke.
Louis this week. So
That's my Handsome Luke.
my
Handsome.
dad,
No, I'm
by
just
the way,
kidding.
will be a little torn. Obviously, he'll root for the Stars, but his former student Seth Jones is now a Panther. So
Okay. Popeye's
Interesting.
son.
yeah. So anyway,
All right.
No,
there we go.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. If we can see the Stars in the Stanley Cup, that's the end game. Who cares about what happens on the Eastern side? We want it all. We want the cup.
That's right.
Yeah.
Give us the cup.
ICUP.
Yeah, it's
All
been
right.
so long since we won a championship. That World Series
Yeah.
is like 24 months ago.
It's been, what,
God.
25, 26 years for the start? 99?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
99.
no, it's been a minute.
Especially for how much talent they've had throughout the years. Like,
I know we should have won in 2020. We should have.
All right,
Whatever.
got to move.
all right.
Let's move.
We'll
Let's go.
skate on.
Let's go with a little Rangers update. I saw that we went from being the second to last team in the West to what, second place in the last month, 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah, the offense is starting to look a little better. The good thing is, talking about the standings in the West, is nobody's running away with it. So
No.
all the teams are bunched together. We really could have lost some ground during that slump, offensive slump, we'll call it, because the pitching's been great.
Yeah.
But we didn't. Us and the Astros are kind of going back and forth on, are we tied? Is one game up a game, right? And the Mariners aren't running away with anything, so that's a good sign for the Rangers offense to come back alive and start doing some damage if the pitching stays like it's been.
I think the Mariners are coming here next, as in Houston. That's a big series.
Oh, yeah, if they're going to Houston, I have no idea. But
No, I'm telling you because I looked at going to the game. I'm telling you that that's
Okay.
happening. So they're going to be here this week.
Dyken Field.
Ew, I hate that it's called that.
It's the worst name because that's the customer I have at work, and
Wait,
they
it's
suck.
not Minute Maid anymore?
It's not Minute Maid anymore.
Oh.
no,
man.
they renamed it. Yeah, it's
So
not. It's not the
Dyken's
same.
my number one customer, and edit this out, Tanner. They're
Shit,
awful.
I can't do that.
They're
Just
awful.
lay it all out there.
You got to be careful
Are you
what you
listening,
say.
guys?
Yeah. No, they're great. I love working with them, but the name is awful. They actually admit that.
Well, that's like, what was it? AmeriQuest Filled was,
Yeah.
not the best. And that lasts about 2 cups of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds
What is
good.
happening? I feel like things are going off the rails, and I wish I was with y'all to be like, guys, I got this.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, I'm going to Vegas this week, so I'm preparing. Just
Preparing.
There's a
studying
lot
for the
of
test.
technical issues emerging too.
Tanner's putting Band-Aids on there.
Oh
It's
boy.
okay.
If you see me just giggling in the frame, that's what's happening. I'm just
Yeah.
putting out fires.
Well, it was
That's what
pouring.
you do. That's producer Tanner.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So we got a series starting with the Yankees tomorrow,
Yes.
and then the White Sox. So that's actually good because the White Sox are not good.
No.
So we had that sweep against the Rockies, followed up a couple series later with the White Sox. Maybe there's some room to be had here.
Are the Rockies
They're awful.
They're
for
terrible.
real?
They're not serious about baseball.
But you know what?
Very
Very nice
unserious.
ballpark, though.
It is
and
a
a
good
lot of
ballpark.
breweries.
A lot of breweries. Denver's a nice city. Nice ballpark, like Charlie said, but they're not
Fun
serious about
fact.
baseball.
Oh, God.
Fun fact about the Rockies ballpark: most runs in a ballpark average per year
Oh, yeah.
because it's slightly smaller and the air is thinner, making the ball travel further.
How about
Flies.
Yay,
that?
science!
Yay, altitude.
So in my fantasy baseball league, I definitely look at those home road splits for those Rocky players. That's for sure. Because if
I
they're
would
hitting
too.
at home, they may not be
Yeah.
hitting on the road.
Yeah.
You got to bench them for the road games.
I'll
for
tell you
sure.
what. If you can even make it to a game, there's like a brewery literally on every corner. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
I forget
Amongst
the
other
breweries.
things.
Talk
on
about
every
the
corner.
dispensaries.
So, I was going to say, some dispensaries. It's
Now we're
legal
talking.
there. It's magical.
Blaze it up.
Heck
All right,
yeah.
so
Among
Rangers.
other things.
Yeah, I mean, injuries are still concerning.
Who
but
else hurt right now?
Seager.
Seager,
Seager.
again.
That's the big one.
Our
Yeah.
bullpen is dropping pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They're not on the
Which
IL,
is normal.
but Martin comes in, pitches one pitch, and leaves. That's
Ugh.
2 games in a row he's done that.
DeGrom had a good day, though. A couple days ago.
And Leiter did too.
Lighter's great. I'm a big fan of Lighter.
Yeah, Evaldi's pitching fantastic. I mean, that series against Houston, we could have swept easily.
We could have.
If it wasn't the
We
bullpen.
choked. Yeah, we choked.
Let me ask both
We
of
had
you
a
this.
we had a no hitter. We had a no
I
hitter
know.
through 6.
Yep. Let me ask the both of you this. I kind of brought up last episode too. I know it's only going into Memorial Day weekend. I'm not hitting any panic buttons, but with some of the injuries consistently happen, I mean, time flies. At what point do you start looking out and entertain for a trade or a move? Especially with how wide open the division, but if you can find a way to put the throttle.
Rayya, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first because you'll have a better answer than me anyway. I am not worried. Like you said, we're not even at Memorial Day yet. I'm not even thinking about trades till July. I want to see what we have for a little bit longer before I make a decision on what needs to happen. Because, I'm weirdly comfortable with our position. I don't want to be light years ahead of everybody right now. It's fucking May. There we go. First F-bomb of the day.
Drink the
Allegedly.
bottle. Drink the bottle.
Allegedly, the first
You got to
F-bomb.
catch up.
But yeah, I'm not concerned. I'm not hitting no panic buttons. I'm trusting these guys, especially most of whom have been there before. I'm not worried. Brandon, are you worried?
No, I actually agree with you. I'm not terribly worried. I would love to see more production out of some of our newer acquisitions like Jock and Berger, but they're both veterans that I think will work out of this. Same with Simeon. I think he'll work out of a slump. Bringing in Brett Boone has helped players like Wyatt and Josh already, like Josh Young. You've seen Josh Young's been on a tear recently.
So has Wyatt.
Yeah,
I'm
so is
impressed
Wyatt.
with Wyatt.
Yeah, so
I love Wyatt.
I'm not necessarily worried for the offense. I'm a little more worried about the bullpen because even going into the season, I didn't love their bullpen. So if we get some injuries, I wouldn't be upset if they made a small deal to bring in some bullpen arms. Bringing in a starting pitcher or an offensive player would probably cost a lot, and I'm not willing to give up prime prospects like a Walcott or a Moore or something like that these other teams would be asking for. Because I saw a post that the Pirates might be entertaining Officer Skeens and stuff like that, right?
They
Okay,
have to be,
but that's
though. I
expensive.
mean, but the Mavs traded Luka. Anything's
Exactly.
possible.
I'm not
Anything
hitting
can happen.
anything. That
Anything
is
can
true.
happen,
That's,
but to
isn't that
get
what Michael Jordan
Skeens-
said? Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, but to get Skeens, it would cost more than what I would be willing to give up as a Ranger prospect. To Rayya's point, I'm not terribly worried yet.
Yeah, I wanted to throw it out there. I'm not Petticoat just because it is so wide open. Also, I think our farm system. My only slight concern is Seager with the hamstring. Just at his age, that lingers. But luckily, you do have a Josh Smith who we saw. However, you will need in the long run Seager if you're going to make a run. Like I really do. So we'll see. We'll keep our eye on it. For now, no panic. Let's see how it goes. Come All-Star, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, to make a World Series run, you definitely need Seager to be healthy, right? Like, if he's not, you're in trouble, trade or no trade.
Yeah.
But right
he's
now,
a dad now too.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
Are you like watching all these players have babies? Like, are you keeping track?
Man,
Do you have
get to a
like
certain
a
age,
board
everybody's
set up
having
in your
babies.
house?
Like my whole Instagram, personally, and and sports.
Well, guess what? No babies here.
Well, no
Okay?
babies here.
None.
No
Right.
babies.
Cheers to
I
that.
know of.
All right, but yeah, I mean, I think we all agree. It's so early.
Yeah.
They have some fun series, and I don't think their confidence is
I don't
a
either.
bit less. So
I think they really trust in Bochy. Like, and I don't mean
Bless
just the
us,
players. I
Bochy.
mean the front office. Everybody trusts in Bochy.
yeah,
That even if we don't win, he's still going to push us in the right direction, and it won't be like his fault that we didn't, right?
Exactly. And like, remember, we won our championship as a wild card.
Yeah.
Like, anything can happen at any time.
We had
I
a
don't
very
feel
similar trajectory as the Stars, by the way.
yeah.
exactly. I was thinking about that too. I actually was thinking about the 2011 Mavericks.
Yeah.
And where they were and how they got to where they got. But you know what? Not going to jinx it. Don't have to talk about it. But that's the thing. Like, when you're in playoff mode, you're in playoff mode. Doesn't matter where you're seated. You're going to win games because you're fucking good.
Yeah.
And then a story.
I agree.
For sure.
Win games because you're fucking good. I like
Put that on
shirt.
a T-shirt.
That actually is a great T-shirt. I'm working on it. Canva. I'm going to be
Yeah.
on Canva later.
You can make that. You can make that happen, Rayya.
We'll get it
Let's
up
go
on our
Rangers.
spread shirt in no
Got the
time.
Yankees, got the White Sox.
Yeah.
I love Memorial
the
Day
Yankees.
weekend baseball.
I do too. Yeah, you know, having that 3-day weekend, for me a 9-day weekend. But
Although I have
Damn.
my favorite Memorial Day Rangers. This is old stadium. Took a buddy of mine from college, Brent, who's friend of the podcast. It was 103. Went 10 innings.
ugh.
Oh,
There was like by second inning, nobody was out like in their stand except for like me, Brent, and my dad who's from Miami. He's like whatever, but man, 103 degrees.
That sounds
no,
Dude,
thank you.
You want to know my worst Yankees-Rangers memory of all time? Was I think I was a senior at SMU. So this is like this is after the World Series. This is 2012.
okay.
So my grandfather immigrated to New York from Africa and lived in Queens, but was a Yankee fan. Huge Yankee fan. Like, to this day, this man loves the Yankees.
Forget
and we've been
about
to many, many Yankee games together since. And that year in particular, the Yankees came to the ballpark in Arlington, and it was summer, and it was a game where the Yankees put up 20-plus runs.
Damn.
And we are sitting in direct sunlight. And mind you, this man is like 70 years old at this time. And I was like, you know what? We can leave. Like, we can go do something. Like, we don't have to be here. And he was like, no. And this man made me sit through all 9 fucking innings for him to enjoy his moment. Crazy.
Hey,
And now
look
my
here,
grandfather.
granddaughter. We got an important
Yes.
thing to tell you about discipline. Sit here and watch this game in the heat.
Yeah, it was a
the
life
oven.
lesson.
But let me tell y'all, he just moved from Florida to Houston. And so he tells me at dinner the other night, he goes, I'm coming for that Yankee series. Like, I'm driving up. Like, we're doing this. And I'm like, okay, fine. But hey, at least I know my team is going to show out. We
That's
have a
right.
good team.
Sure.
I'm not worried.
Oh, boy. All right, we got about 10 minutes left. What are we doing?
All right, quick point. We'll get into some basketball. Of course, Rayya, week ago, the huge news, is it rigged or not?
Y'all.
Dallas Mavericks get the first
What the fuck?
pick of the NBA
Rigged.
draft. Cooper Flag. It sounds like it's been a week. The speculation, would they trade the pick? Are we in the Giannis? Mavs front office, Jason Kidd, they are not. I like how he has to say the Duke kid because they can't technically say the name because it's not the draft.
Yeah.
And technically his eligibility and still in college, so can't say his name. So he's
We
the
have
kid from
we
Duke.
have what 30 days from
Yeah.
now to the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 25th of June.
Yeah, end of June. Yeah. Yeah, so towards the end of the
Okay,
June.
so a little bit more than 30 days.
But they're not trading the pick. So that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, from
What
what I
if-
hear, they're not. It's locked in, which is good because if they did trade it, that's his second fireable offense in like 4 months.
Okay, but hear me out. And I'm going to disclaim this with the fact that I do not think they will trade the pick under any circumstances, no matter who they can get, even if Anthony Edwards is on the table, because I love that guy. I'm obsessed with that man. I would love for him to be a Dallas Maverick, but that's never going to happen. Look,
Dr. Green.
I was scrolling through TikTok, and somebody on their podcast said Nico is going to do something crazy. And let me tell you what he's going to do. He's going to call his BFF, Rob Pelinka, and say, hey, man, let me have Luka back, and I'll give you the number 1 pick. What would y'all do?
So
What would y'all do?
So he's listening to Mike Madonna. That's what Mike Madonna tweeted out. He was
Yeah,
like,
that's what I said.
No, I saw the
3
Mike
seconds
Madonna tweet.
after the thing
but,
happened.
But think about it. Say you trade Cooper for Luka, then you've got Kyrie, Luka, and Anthony Davis.
Oh, I don't hate that. I would do that in a
that'd
heartbeat.
be great.
Honestly, I would do that. But the
Romo
Lakers
didn't like
wouldn't
it.
do that.
Yeah,
Romo
it's not
just gave me
gonna
the
happen.
most judgy look.
Not as long as Nico or these owners are involved, who didn't
Yeah.
want to pay him. So,
Yeah.
but it's a fun thought. Like, I would be down.
Luka would come
My-
back with a lot of like grudge,
Yeah.
honestly, because they
As he
cost him
should.
so much money.
And I don't think he's going to re-sign with LA. Like, something in my heart
Yeah.
and soul tells me he doesn't like playing there. He's not happy there, and I think him having the opportunity to entertain free agency is going to be a really great experience for him. And I don't think LA is going to be able to match what he could get somewhere else.
You think he
But we'll
could
see.
take his talents down to South Beach?
No Miami Heat.
I think he goes where Giannis goes.
San Antonio.
The Pistons?
San
San Antonio's all rookies. They got money though.
They got Wemby.
Well,
They got
Wemby
Wemby,
with who's
Castle.
unfortunately has the claw,
Yeah.
which that's a big question mark. You know.
All I'm saying is, this is Luka's time to be a little bit of a slut. He can date everybody.
Yeah, for
Fucking
sure.
do
I
it.
wouldn't
Can he
be
take back
surprised.
his ex?
No.
Hey, some of us do. It's fine.
Look.
It could happen.
Relapse
If they
is
get
part
rid
of
of
recovery.
Nico, and the
Don't say that to
ownership
me right
does
now.
a great job of being basically owning the fact that they didn't know what they were doing, right? Like they have to admit we got snowed by this guy.
Yeah.
Like they have to admit we don't know anything about basketball. There's a chance, small chance, but Nico has to go, and they have to do a lot of eating crow
And-
for that to happen.
And they have to throw in a lot of a brewery, some beer for
Yeah.
him too. So
Yeah,
Something
so-
like that.
So
But
I would
you know
put
what?
the chances at 3%.
You know what? Still a chance.
Yeah,
We won the
so you're
lottery at
telling me
one
there's a
point
chance.
eight.
Saying
So
there's a chance.
Better odds than getting that number 1 pick.
But it has
Crazy.
been a fun week of
Crazy.
speculation. But also, I don't think this erases what happened. But there's some great excitement. I mean, we'll get into wings here just in a second. But having Paige Buchers come in, and now
Beckers.
Becker, sorry,
Paige Beckers.
Page buckets.
Paige buckets. There we go.
There we go.
But Cooper Flag, and you know what's funny? There were these memes way after the Luka, trade. It's like, just what if the lottery? Nobody ever thought it was going to happen, but this kind of
No.
helps a little bit. Doesn't erase,
It
but it's
helped.
exciting.
It helped me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
What
because I was
did
off the-
Nico? Okay, y'all think about Firefest and that one guy who was like, I sucked a lot of dick to get where we were? What did Nico do? What did Nico do to get us the number 1 pick? That's what I want to know.
It is funny. Some of the media are like, "How do you think this is going to be? Rigged? Like that's crazy talk."
This is the other owners attempting to recoup their losses that the Adelsons tried to incur in Dallas by trying to move the team.
playing conspiracy theorist, which I don't. Tanner does. Sometimes Ray, you do a little bit.
I do. I definitely do.
NBA
It's all
doesn't like
part of
bad
the plan.
PR, and there was high-level hostility with that trade that normally you don't see
Yeah.
within this league.
because
amongst
because
themselves.
Yeah, amongst
a
themselves.
previous regime would have vetoed that trade. Anybody knew that was trade rape. No
Yeah.
offense.
28 other owners, current owners, would have vetoed that trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it just
Yeah.
wouldn't have happened. Now, the conspiracy theories are fun.
Yes.
Right? Like, I
So
understand watching that lottery and saying, oh, it's rigged. It's rigged. But do you know how many federal offenses that is?
It's true.
Like, to make that happen?
Man,
like,
you think they give a
racketeering,
fuck?
they're going to prison if
No,
they
they
get
aren't.
If
There's
they
no
get caught.
teeth anywhere.
Nobody's
If
going
you're
to
gonna
prison.
cheat at it, this is the
It is
time
like
to do it.
federal laws
Think about
to
how
like
long.
rig that thing.
Think about how long it took for that ref from our finals in 2006 to get busted. Like nobody gives a fuck. Everybody
No.
just wants to
if
be
there's
entertained.
betting involved in it, which there was,
Yeah.
right? Like DraftKings and everything, Vegas were taking bets.
In on it.
That is a federal offense to fix that.
I don't think the federal
cares?
gives a fuck.
You're-
Yeah, I was gonna
crazy.
say, who gives a fuck?
Right.
There's terrorism and nuclear bombs and like other
Crazy.
shit to
They
do.
will not
Felons
put
in the
themselves in
offense,
I'll
that
say
man. What are you
this.
talking about?
I'll say this. Whether it's
Not me
luck,
saying the word bombs twice in an episode, by the way.
well, you've been throwing F-bombs. Anyways,
Always.
whether it was or wasn't, if you call it fate, thank God it landed on our side because this city needed it.
Yeah, the city didn't.
How
need
about
it.
that?
Yeah.
This city, either way, we got a favor. in
Take
the
that,
world.
Adelson.
Yeah, if it was rigged,
Enjoy your
I don't
first
fucking
round
care.
So
pick.
good karma came to the Mavericks. So
Oh,
I'm
boy.
excited. All right.
Which one of you burned sage in the American Airlines Center?
Charlotte.
I haven't been in there since
It's been a minute.
Charlotte. there you go. Well, let's talk about the Wings.
My girlies.
So they
my,
just started.
My new besties.
How we feeling?
Yes. Okay, so we got our asses kicked by Minnesota, but mind you, Minnesota was in the WNBA finals last season.
Yeah.
Nafisa Collier put up like 34 points. If you haven't looked her up, not only is she a fucking baller, but she's beautiful too, and she's one of the founders of the Unrivaled 3-on-3 League that we all watched this past few weeks.
Oh, yeah.
But what was really impressive was Paige's debut. Paige put up, I think it was like 10 points and like 7 assists, I want to say. Her connection with Enrique is growing. Those two are going to be a problem. I really liked what I saw. This game was actually tied at halftime. So there's only room to grow from there. For you men, does the name Dejanay Carrington mean anything to you? Because it fucking should.
It sounds like a
Y'all need
sauce.
to-
Dejanay's?
Dejanay Carrington. She is amazing. First of all, she's one of the people we signed, one of the free agents we signed in the offseason. Her pregame tunnel look, flawless.
Oh, okay.
So y'all need to look her up. And from a male perspective, tell me what you think.
Okay.
Because you're welcome.
Well, I love bad bitches.
She is a bad bitch. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually working on a future segment with my girlfriends, and I'm going to bring it on here, is I'm going to rate on a monthly basis which WNBA girly has the best fits.
Oh.
So you
Oh,
guys
there you
know
go.
who to watch out for because they're fucking bringing it this season, and I'm obsessed.
Good for them.
Maybe you can interview
yeah.
him on the red carpet, Brandon.
I'll go interview Paige Buckets.
Hell yeah.
I ain't scared.
Dude,
She's going to
Dude.
marry Cooper Flagg, have really good basketball kids. Basketball
I forgot
player
he's
kids.
just 18. Just
That's all
turned.
it takes.
I'm not gonna say anything about Paige's dating life, but I may know a thing or two. But
Well, I don't know
we're
if
gonna
she's
wait
into
till things
Cooper
are
Flag.
confirmed.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well. She may,
But-
may not be his type.
But we don't have to. Hey, guys, we don't need to speculate on dating with these women.
We do
Their
not.
game speaks for themselves.
We just need Cooper to
And-
get to Dallas first.
That's true.
Guys, do you realize what you're doing? We're having a WNBA segment, and you're redirecting it to a man. This is not okay.
What?
It's a foul.
My
This
bad.
is the girl time. This is my girl talk.
That's for the
This is-
fan to decide.
So how?
I was talking about Dallas sports.
Well, to be honest, we got into dating.
You know what? It doesn't matter who these bitches date. They are bad bitches, and y'all
I
need to
agree.
watch some of these games.
I hear that. All right.
So the Wings are playing actually right now. If one of y'all turn around and look at the Wings and Storm game happening behind you, tell me what the score is.
30-30.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Great game.
I don't know.
And
what
they're playing
quarter
at
it's
home
in.
as well. We are going to have to go out there, Charlie. We are going out there.
1000%.
My old arena.
Charlotte's already talking about having watch parties at the house.
Let's have watch parties at the winery.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'm gonna text Connie when I get back. That'll
There
be
we
the first
go.
thing I do. But
All
yes,
right.
I'm excited about Wings basketball, and all of y'all should be.
We are
I'm
very
more excited about Wings basketball than I ever have before.
I'm excited.
It's true.
It's ready. Let's go venture out there. So,
All this talk about wings has got me hungry. Any final thoughts?
go Stars.
Go Stars, go Rangers.
Go Rangers. Go Wings.
And I'm back next week.
Welcome
I miss you guys so
back.
much.
Go Rayya.
Go
Cheers.
All right,
to that.
cheers. We'll see all you
Cheers.
guys next week.
All right.
Thanks
Thanks
so
everybody.
much.